Hello and welcome to today's episode of Garage Talk Media. Today we're going to be discussing One Punch Man, Season 1, Episode 2. In this episode of One Punch Man, The Lone Cyborg, Saitama meets a foe he can't easily defeat. We're introduced to the Lone Cyborg himself, as well as a mysterious organization whose intentions are unknown. So Joe, what did you think of One Punch Man, Season 1, Episode 2, The Lone Cyborg?
Lone Cyborg. The show is evolving. It's getting deeper. It's getting more meaningful. And we're introducing a second character, that Lone Cyborg named Genos, who's the star of the show for a beginning. And then he meets up with our Saitama, and they both want to form a team and a bond.
This is the start. You get your second permanent character. And I really enjoyed the interaction, because it's all a misunderstanding if you think about it. Mm-hmm. Did you see any of your social commentaries this time?
Of course I did. Of course I did.
Right.
Even though that's not what I'm aiming for, but it seems like I'm falling into that role. Okay, there is a part at the beginning where there's a homeless guy on the street carrying a shopping cart full of stolen goods. Purses, bottles, suitcases, a lot of stuff.
I thought he was homeless? I thought he was just stealing.
Okay, he might have been just stealing, but he kind of looked homeless. But you're right, he's muscular and he's carrying a crowbar. So he is stealing. That person who's stealing all the resources is Caucasian. He's an American guy with long blonde hair. So I'd say, I wonder if that's a Japanese point of view on America and the West, which is okay if that's their perspective. But I thought that was very interesting.
Your social takeaway from this is the Japanese maybe making a social comment about Americans and
taking up the world's resources. Yeah.
My social commentary kind of relates to that.
All right.
The very beginning, you're told that the mosquito outbreak is coming because the news is in the background. Mm-hmm. And they say, we have this guest on. He's written a book. Uh-huh. And would you tell us what you think about this outbreak? The first thing the doctor says is the mosquitoes that are coming towards City Z are a new species, and I have no idea what's going to happen.
Exactly.
But right then, immediately the newscaster, which I don't think would ever happen in Japan, was get out. Uh-huh. And then he has to continue on with the newscast. Uh-huh. I thought that was a commentary. Uh-huh. I thought that commentary was like, have you ever seen some of these shows? In fact, every time I see a newscast now, it just seems like they grab any expert they can and say, what do you think? We basically see a new character, the Lone Cyborg, name of the episode. Yeah. His name is Genos. Yes. We find out later. And he's looking over the city, and he sees a swarm of mosquitoes, and he's going to attack it, or he's going to investigate it. Mm-hmm. Goes to it, and he gets his first encounter with Mosquito Girl. Yeah. And that doesn't go her way, and it doesn't really go his way. Mm-hmm. So it was just a fight.
Okay. This Lone Cyborg, he's half man, half machine, and he wants to fight for justice. He's a hero for justice. So he's walking around City Z, and the latest, newest type of mosquito comes out. It's this huge, huge swarm that sucked the blood dry out of City Z, and they even show trails of blood going through the city like capillaries. And anyways, so Mosquito Girl is this big, huge, 50-foot tall or maybe 100-foot tall female, very sexy female mosquito flying in the air that sends all her children, millions of mosquitoes, to go swarm and kill everyone. And as they suck the blood dry of every living creature, they go back to her and fill her up with the blood, and she turns red and she gets more menacing, more evil, and more stronger and more powerful. Anyways, so all the millions of mosquitoes go to attack Genos, Cyborg Man, and he knows he can destroy them. So with his little radiation hand, puts out some kind of a fire beam, and it just destroys them all in one huge fire blast.
So the first fight between Genos and Mosquito Girl, no one really wins. Because
you know what?
He loses an arm, she loses her legs. So she calls her little minions in, and that's when they start massing and giving her all her power. Yeah. And she morphs into...
Works enough.
She morphs into basically her ultimate, which turns red. Her butt gets a little bit nicer. He's got his opportunity right there to kill the swarm. Yeah. But he gets distracted.
Oh, the ultimate battle is about to begin. Evil Mosquito Girl versus a Lone Cyborg. And he gets distracted by our character Saitama, who's been in the background, story B, fighting this one tiny little mosquito his whole time in the apartment. Mosquito landed on him, and he's slapping it and hitting it and chasing and bashing it all over the apartment. He can't. So the mosquito starts flying down the street, and he's following and chasing after it with exactly spray can, and then he bumps into Lord Cyborg and totally distracts him from the big battle.
See, she sends a swarm down to him. They basically swell up, and they're trying to kill him. He does his incinerate, his ultimate, and wipes out the whole. Luckily, I figured out, and I could sense that there weren't people within 500 meters here.
Right.
Wait a minute!
Surprise! It's Saitama.
The idiot chasing the one mosquito. It was the incinerate that wiped Saitama's clothes.
It burned off his clothes. And
Saitama lived through that.
He did. He's just running and is just hanging out there, totally naked. A cartoon character, totally naked. But they do have their sensors. They had a trail of smoke covering his private parts, so the audience doesn't see him
Very well done.
naked from the
And then when the smoke,
very discreet.
And then when the smoke clears, a signpost leans over and covers up the same area.
Yeah. Yes.
Unfortunately for Lone Cyborg, Mosquito Woman or Mosquito Girl, she's still alive. She comes down. She's like more powerful than ever and starts just ripping him to shreds. She basically throws him into the air, and he knows he's going to die.
And she enjoys it.
Yes.
And she has a very sexy voice. Whatever character actress who played Mosquito Girl, she has a very sexy voice, but she's enjoying shredding him limb from limb. Okay. They could have had a Japanese voice actress with a evil voice or a harsh voice. They got one with a real sweet, sexy voice. A seductive killer.
It matched the drawings?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. That sucks the blood out of people. Okay.
Okay, it's a cartoon, dude. Relax.
Well.
He knows he's messed up. He's underestimated Mosquito Girl. He's falling through the sky.
Yeah.
He thinks the only way he can survive, he can basically stop her is to self-destruct. In the nick of time, a naked Saitama bitch slaps her.
Yes.
Doesn't punch her. He slaps her
into a wall,
into a building.
Yeah, and she's huge, a huge mosquito girl. She's flying all evil, and she's got a big old horn in her head. She's gonna impale Genos. Right, and Saitama just goes up and slaps her into the side of a building. Too funny.
And Saitama's comment was, "Mosquitoes suck."
Yes,
in Japanese he says that.
Yeah,
which. This is where people can relate to this. Yes.
That's a universal thought. Mosquitoes do suck. In two senses of the world. They suck because we don't like them, and they suck because they suck blood. Genos then wants to become the disciple of Saitama and be his right hand. The House of Evolution, their mysterious guy there says, we see this cyborg guy. We got to go investigate him. We want to bring him here.
And that's where you find out that Mosquito Girl was a prototype.
And he sends out crony monsters, Mantis Man, Slug Man, Mole Man, and also like King Beast, which is a lion, and an armored gorilla. He sends them to go investigate, find out who these guys are, and bring them to probably have them part of their evil superhero team.
The next day is Genos at Saitama's small little apartment.
Yes, tiny.
Basically saying, "Sensei." And Saitama comes in and was like, you
showed up? Exactly. Oh, you showed up? He wasn't expecting. It's like, oh, drat.
Allows him in, is very courteous, gives him some tea, but then says, after your drink, leave.
Yeah.
Genos goes, can I tell you about my past? And Saitama goes, no.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Saitama then makes the mistake of saying, hey, you're in one piece now. He's like, yes, if there's parts, so forth, I can put myself together, back together, no problem.
Right.
And he goes, but Saitama, what kind of armor do you have? And he goes, I don't have armor.
He thought he had head armor because Saitama was bald, and Saitama got all insulted saying, I am bald, I have no head there, it's not head armor. He thought it was head armor. And then when Cyborg goes on and on about his past and his history, which reminds me of a scene from the movie Airplane years ago where the Mahoney guy was going on, and the people next to him ended up burning themselves with gasoline or turning into a skeleton. It was kind of a nod to that. And Saitama blows his cool and gets really angry and says, tell me in 20 words or less. But the Cyborg guy's just spilling his guts on and on forever. So that was kind of a comical scene.
But then Genos senses something because he has sensors.
Yeah.
And he senses that there's something going to happen. And then boom, someone crashes through Saitama's wall.
Yes.
And it's a praying mantis type bug.
I can talk about that.
And the guy, the praying mantis is like, hey, we need to talk to you. And he goes, oh, and it's Saitama's fist going straight through his face.
Yes.
And killing him.
Right.
So, and the first comment is, Saitama's comment is, pay for my wall, for my ceiling?
You got to pay for my ceiling.
Genos senses 2 more are outside.
Yes.
And says, I'll take care of them. But by the time he gets down there, Saitama's already taken him out. And says,
Yeah.
don't go breaking people's ceilings.
Right. And what's also hilarious is those 2 other villains were kind of wimpy characters.
Yeah.
One was a big, like 6-foot pink slug. And the other one was another mole. A harmless-looking mole, but he looked really tough with big claws, and he had like kanji, Japanese writing down his chest.
Genos gets confronted by Gorilla Man, who is a gorilla that's basically an armored cyborg.
Armored cyber gorilla, right. And that he had a real powerful low voice within that metal mask and metal armor.
Cyborg Gorilla's like, no, we're part of the House of Evolution. We're here to talk to that guy. Get out of our way.
Yeah.
We don't have anything to do with you. It's like, no, I must protect that guy. In the meantime, the mole guy has taken Saitama and put him into the ground, and only his head's showing. Genos is like, Saitama, are you okay?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, it's kind of cool in here. It's kind of nice. I feel like a bamboo shoot.
Yes. He was very zen, very at peace.
Then he hears the commotion of the cyborg gorilla and Genos going on, and he's like, hey, what's going on back there? Love that part. Then we meet the King of Beasts.
King of Beasts, right. This big, huge monster, another one that's a big lion in a cape and wardrobe, and he's really villainous, and he's also powerful and mean.
Says, I'm going to kill you. You're coming with us? And he's like, I've had enough. I'm done. And he just walks out of the hole. Beast Man's kind of pissed, and then Saitama's like, wait, I got dirt in my belt.
So Beast Lion Man wants to kill him, but he has to wait while Saitama takes the dirt out of his belt. He's not quite done yet.
Beast Man, or King Beast?
King Beast.
Then starts to attack him. And it's all these swipes. And this is when you realize that Saitama is really fast. Yeah. He doesn't have to fight.
Right.
He's just dodging things because he's that fast. You called it the meteor?
He did. King Beast called upon meteor shower. King Beast meteor shower. The sky turned black, and all these lightning strikes kept going by, trying to wipe out. Now, that could have been all a metaphor for this quickness of his strikes with his long claws. But Saitama knew how to duck every single swipe, and it kind of reminds me of the old Japanese samurai films where the villains with their swords keep trying to attack and hack at the good guy, and the good guy just keeps moving left and right. And I've seen those videos. I don't know what that guy's called. So it's Saitama does the same thing. Just move to the left, move to the right, avoid every single swipe from King Beast.
The significance of that is this whole time you've only seen Saitama throw one punch.
Yeah.
But this is the first time you see him, and he calls it consecutive normal punches.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
the animation is basically like his fist goes out, and it's like 6 punches. Him throwing his fist 6 times, and it obliterates King Beast. It's showing that if someone's throwing their ultimate at Saitama, he has his own ultimate, which is I've got one punch, and then I've got consecutive regular punches.
It's kind of like all the video games we used to play with the regular button, the red button that would be like shoot, 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 and then they'd have the white button on the right that was a super bomb, that when you were completely overwhelmed, you press that button, it wipes out all the bad guys on the screen, and you can keep moving forward.
Finally, we find out that Genos has defeated the cyborg gorilla.
Yes.
And is about to kill him, and is asking him questions, and basically Saitama shows up. Genos says, hey, we're gonna wipe you out. And he's like, no, King Beast is coming. He's gonna take care of all this. He's much stronger than me.
Yes.
I'm like number 3. And
yes.
In fact, they even say they were number 3.
Yes.
King Beast is number 2 of our house, and then Saitama just shows his eyeball, saying, "This guy,
this guy's the guy." They're all, "Oh no, he killed number 3." Okay, yeah, because his mask is off, and the gorilla's all, "Oh no, we just meant to do this." He spoke in a really wimpy voice, and he's this big gorilla that's kind of like a play on King Kong. And then Saitama asks him, "Why are you speaking with a soft, wimpy voice? Why did you how come before you spoke with that loud, real powerful voice under the mask? And the girl that says, oh, because I wanted to sound cool. So he had some humility to him. That was hilarious.
And all they wanted to do was they wanted to kind of incorporate whatever Saitama was doing. Kind of a parallel. You had Genos wanting to be like Saitama and powerful and so forth. House of Evolution saying, hey, we need to have this guy come in and we need to use him.
And they might be for some good. I don't know. We don't know that yet.
Which ends the episode with House of Evolution basically saying exactly that. Just that was the end. They really just wanted to invite the guy.
In hindsight, they should have just knocked on the door and invited themselves in.
Like what Genos did.
Right.
Okay, so that ended the episode. Now, this is our second episode.
Second episode, folks. And we actually have fan mail. So I'm going to read a little bit of the fan mail that's come in. Okay. No, really,
what episode?
We've got great fan mail. Look, Christina of San Marino says she likes the show, and she suggests us have the critiqued show name in the credits. And yes, Christina, we will do that because that was an oversight with our first episode.
Hopefully you've seen that already.
Yeah, and we could do that. Okay, let's see. Romeo of La Crescenta would like us to review Toy Story 4.
Well, no, the main thing is we have to go see the movie.
Well, we'll do that. Right.
This was a very easy thing to start with.
Gerardo of Ontario comments that we should review old manga TV shows from the past. Like here comes Speed Racer. You never know. We'll evolve. We'll grow into something like that. Maybe make some comparisons. And lastly, a letter from Parissima of Torrance, who says she saw the episode of One Punch Man, but it was all in Japanese, so maybe she didn't get it with the subtitles. Well, we saw it on Netflix, Parissima, so maybe you might want to check it out on Netflix, and hopefully you'll get the subtitles.
Oh, well, no, you have to hit the button.
A button that shows subtitles?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can hit that button, and also a pause button to keep stopping it on the subtitles so you can read it. So thank you to our fans for writing in with our fan mail. And we hope we get much more. So we're on good footing here.
All right. That's the end of the episode. Please
keep watching. And we're closing the garage door to this second episode of Garage Talk Media. And we just reviewed One Punch Man.
Okay. Bye for now.
Bye for now.